Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. I hope you've all had a wonderful day so far, many insights from the morning session. And I also hope that you had a great lunch and great networking, but hopefully not too much of a lunch that you'll be sleeping through my this discussion. Otherwise, I'll have to go and ask a few questions rather than be asked. But first of all, many thanks to the leaders in Islamabad Summit for a wonderful welcome to Islamabad and to Pakistan. It's a great pleasure to join you all and to be speaking at today's summit. I've also already had the opportunity to meet a number of you, and the gathering of strategists, futurists, business thinkers that are shaping the future of Pakistan and beyond. It's truly an honor to be with all of you here today. And to be representing ACCA. I know many of you will be familiar with ACCA. We're the Association of Chartered and Certified Accountants, the global leading accounting body with a strength of 250,000 members around the world, many of them right here in Pakistan. Pakistan is amongst our 5 top markets at ACCA, and which we're very passionate about in how we continue to develop the profession and the business talent here. So the theme today that I will be talking to you for the next 10 or so minutes is about scaling sustainability challenges for a future-fit global economy. And like many of you, I've had the opportunity to listen to our speakers before in the morning. We heard very loud and clear that sustainability, technology, especially AI, and talent are 3 domains that really have to be common to many stakeholders. So whether it's the government agenda, whether it's the business leading, the accounting profession, which is what I will be talking about, the digital economy, we all agree, and this is an amazing starting point, that these are the 3 areas that we need to take forward. However, if I can have one reflection and maybe a request from all of you, is to ensure that we also pay attention to the broadest sector in Pakistan. I think ensuring that in all of these conversations, the SME sector is central is incredibly important. We know that in many parts of the world, the SME sector is almost 80–90% of the economy. Right here, it's a part of your 40% SMEs and 25% of exports. So for us at ACCA, we always ensure that we have a focus on SMEs. We see that as the motor, if you want, the engine of the economy, and is no different right here in Pakistan. So I would like to take a few minutes to talk about each one of these topics. And I am certain that before today's event is over, we will all leave with a much clearer, a deeper and more hopeful view of what needs to be done and the part that we all play, that our businesses play to make these economies and businesses fit for purpose so that we can thrive together, right here in Pakistan, but also globally. And this is indeed our responsibility. So I'll start talking about sustainability. And when we talk about sustainability, we go immediately to climate change. At ACCA, we see this as only one element. But, however, is the element that grabs more headlines around the globe. And of course, is the most dramatic signifier of so much that has gone wrong in the world and in the models of production and consumption. It has to be noted today, and I think it has been said by many of the speakers this morning, that Pakistan faces some of the world's highest disaster risks. Yet, you only produce a tiny fraction of the world's greenhouse gases. And so you're enduring a very disproportionate share of this climate-related destruction. And this injustice reminds us that what we are facing in climate change is a global issue that requires global response and responsibility. And it's also why at ACCA we use our influence as a global organization to advocate in any way that we can. Now, as we meet today, the world has still not achieved the scale and the speed of transition that we needed to ensure that we didn't increase that 1.5 degrees that we've been so much talking about since 2015. However, notwithstanding that, in COP28 in Dubai, where nations agree to phase out fossil fuels over the next coming decade, we felt a renewed sense of positivity, and ACCA was there to raise its voice for the accounting profession and businesses in a call for change. So I continue to ask you to join us in that. That event, like this one, was very encouraging in having that real sense of commitment from government, from industry and business leaders in the urgency of the moment that needs to take action. When we talk about ESG, for us in the accounting profession, ESG reporting is a vital cause of that broader issue of sustainability, as in an agenda that ACCA has fully embraced and championed for many years. We were talking about sustainability back in the late 90s, and now we're starting to put it into action through reporting and assurance. So you can see that long-term commitment, and many of you would have been in that situation as well. And at ACCA, we truly believe that it's a question for businesses as much as a question of ethics and morals. A question that reflects a truth that is becoming obvious all the time. That any business, any organization with an ambition for long-term success, not just survival, as I said before, but thriving, we must have a respect and a commitment to include sustainability into their strategy, or lose their moral license to operate. Investors won't back them, consumers won't trade with them, and employees won't work for them. And we see this all the time in action already. So it is, in essence, the quality that goes to the heart of every business decision. It's about risk. And I think we were hearing as well this morning about how businesses have to take risks to operate. And that is the idea behind impact investing. Impact investors seek to generate positive and measurable social and environmental impact alongside a financial return. And we know that investor confidence on impact investing continues to grow. And this is something that we also see through our membership, who is participating in this area more and more. And it's in this arena, in fact, that we see accountants taking a major contribution, because impact investing can only achieve precision and realize its purpose if it's based in sound accounting principles. In a recent ACCA study, and I invite you all to look up our website, we do a lot of research to ensure that what I'm saying here today, what our members go and do, is based on industry research and with employers as well. But in a recent study that we did on just transition and how accountants are key to supporting the journey to a new sustainable way of doing business, we had 3 messages for the accounting but the wider business community. The profession embraces sustainability through social equity and protecting the environment. Measuring the social agenda is really hard. We haven't got it yet, but we are on our way and we must act. And there is a strong business imperative to embed this agenda into strategy now. And accountants who are already trained for these essential roles can make a big difference. We're already preparing company policies, developing business cases, identifying, measuring, managing climate-related issues. And this includes developing and using management accounting systems to collect climate-related data and information. And we do it with the same rigor as financial data. So you can see how we're trying to build that trust into the new sustainability arena through the profession. And accountants have that big part to play in working with purpose-driven entrepreneurial businesses who can take risks, and are businesses of all sizes. And this is where my point about the SMEs before has a new life. We are very keen in ensuring that all SMEs can participate in this new world, and we see that happening all the time. There is a call for having that holistic approach, and that requires a global and a local mindset. And I heard a lot of that as well earlier this morning, how we need to ensure that we really serve the needs, the business needs of Pakistan, but you're part of a region, you're part of a world, and you can contribute so much more with that global mindset. And we already see that. Certainly our membership that originates often from Pakistan is all over the world. But it does throw extra responsibilities for organizations like us, because global challenges, as I said before, demand a global response. And this is why we're dedicated to the worldwide movement to agree global standards on sustainability reporting, replacing a number of conflicting regimes with a clear and consistent framework that can be understood by every business, whether big or small, anywhere in the world. For us, it's about bringing transparency, accountability, a trust into businesses so that we can together build new business models that we can test and learn from, but trust that we are trying to do the best thing for the future. The demand for sustainability reporting is growing. I have no doubt about that, and I'm sure you don't either. And it's further amplified by stakeholders and regulatory requirements for organizations to be more equitable and sustainable. The need for reporting sustainable related information, which is ideally interconnected with financial information, is again not limited to large or complex organizations. All organizations eventually will need to have these demands. The supply chain, even though the requirement may be today, but it will be in the next few years, which is why it's so important the SME sector. It really brings forward this imperative, and that we support it in the process. And professional accountants, as I said already a number of times, can and should lead the way and collaborate with technologists, with talent developers, with policymakers, risk management, and other experts to engage and outline who is going to be accountable and responsible, the processes that we need to identify for material sustainability-related information for reporting purposes, and determining, collecting, and reporting the data, the considerations for verification, and the role of people and technology as vital enablers. And trust in sustainability reporting is therefore of vital importance. How do we do that? By bringing sustainability assurance closer to fulfill its role in enhancing its credibility. And again, ACCA is committed to equip our members and work with our partners to build awareness and adoption. And it's very heartening to see this agenda continue to win support here in Pakistan. We work with regulators such as Securities and Exchange Commission here in Pakistan, Pakistan Stock Exchange, and others to ensure that our members are at the forefront of that transformation. I'd like to share a few words as well about talent and the future of work, and the services and value that accountants can offer employers right here in Pakistan, and the kind of careers that accountants can create for themselves, but also for their organizations. And by investing in the profession, we attract the best people to join the profession. This has been a quest of ACCA from the very beginning. And this is why we pride ourselves in providing world-class education, which equips people to play a part in the growth of sustainable businesses, but also that is bringing more opportunities for people that want a rewarding and a fascinating career in accounting, but that is now marked with lifelong learning and personal development. On another ACCA report that we did recently, that we called From Boring to Bold, Redefining the Perception and Enhancing the Attractiveness of the Accounting Profession, describes how we ensure that accountancy remains a great choice for people of talent, industry, and ambition who want to make a positive contribution to society and to make a good life for themselves and their families. Employability is a very important agenda for ACCA, and know is a very important agenda for Pakistan and for businesses here as well. And we strive constantly to ensure that our qualification, our partners, and our resources equip people for those skills and attributes. And this is the ongoing plea that we'll give to you and to all businesses and partners in Pakistan, that will continue to remain dedicated to providing the best possible source of talent to all businesses with ambition to grow in a sustainable future that is powered by talent, the best professionals in the business world. Finally, and I'm almost there, I would like to touch a little bit on technology. And it's again bringing the angle of where the accounting profession, what role it plays in technology. And we have seen how technology changes the world. And of course, we're all experiencing that dizing pace of change. We've talked about AI, I'm sure we'll be talking even more, but it's really critical that we remain aware of the opportunities and the challenges this presents for us. I believe that right here in Pakistan, there's so much to look forward to. Pakistan has a tremendous potential to harness that power of technology. I don't have to tell you that. We witness it and we support it. It's home to countless tech-centered companies and more than 16 software technology parks, and exporting to more than 120 countries all over the world, supporting not just startups, but business automation and digital transformation. And it is propelling, and I say this being in the global environment where we work in many of this talent transformation and interaction, Pakistan is starting to be seen as that preferred destination for accounting and finance outsourcing and talent, enabled by the superfast digital comms technology. The question we need to tackle is how we ensure that AI can add the most value, and how we ensure that the human intellect and that intuition that we have as business leaders remains at the center of strategy, but also operations. One of the major issues is related to oversight and control. I heard this recently, and I'm sure you would agree with this. It's ensuring that AI is not in autopilot, but there is the co-pilot. And we need to then tackle regulation with AI, because it has been patchy until now, inadequate and lagged behind advances in what technology can really do. Another report that we recently did, Building the Foundations for Trusted Artificial Intelligence, is a significant contribution to the raising calls for better governance in the sensitive and important sector of AI. We all know how powerful a tool it can be, and businesses are discovering the need to play this at the heart of everything that we do. But it needs to be in the right hands as well. And again, accountants are emerging as the perfect professionals to ensure power is used in the best possible way. I would like to just finalize with a few words on how at ACCA we make a practical contribution as accountants and as ethical, motivated leaders and businesses. And it's bringing all three areas that I've touched on from an accounting profession perspective, but that we know are the pillars of business growth and collaboration. Sustainability, talent, and tech, which we've been talking about. And it's all summed up for us in our current theme. And I would like to leave you with this. Our theme that is called Accounting for a Better World. It tells a very powerful story of how the accounting profession benefits societies and economies, and how it can respond to the many challenges around the world. And it's in this challenging and uncertain environment that accounting and ACCA is at the heart of issues such as sustainability, inclusion, ethics, and the increasing desire of individuals and societies to make a better world that has to be ready for everyone, and that includes everyone. ACCA believes that accountants are perfectly placed to play that major role in this shift. And we believe as well that our Accounting for a Better World agenda is especially relevant here in Pakistan. We see the ESG issues that I touched on earlier entering the mainstream of politics and business thinking. We heard that this morning. We're seeing innovation supporting entrepreneurial growth, and we're seeing an exciting young generation of business leaders with the vision to make an impact in the world that we need to capture and bring towards us. The values that what ACCA is based on, innovation and integrity and inclusion, find a very rich and soil and really flourish right here in Pakistan. So with that, I want to finalize by saying that at ACCA, we remain optimistic about the future because increasingly the needs of the planet match the needs of our businesses. And I would just like to end by, after everything that I have said and the commitment that we have to Pakistan, but to the accounting profession, it's truly an honor for us to actually have our next president of our global body, representing more than 250,000 accountants around the world, to be right here from Islamabad. And we're very proud to have ISLAMABAD, our deputy president, incoming president in the next year, being not only the first person from Pakistan, the first ACCA member from Pakistan being a president, the first woman from South Asia, and the first Muslim. So with that, I'll look forward to interacting with all of you.